Welcome back to another episode of Tis Hitters, episode 41. We are smashing these out. Hope you guys are enjoying them. We smashed that last one. TRB was an insane trade. It done an incredible job. Literally the day after, within 24 hours, we had a 40-50% move or so, and it was really nice to actually watch that happen. Once again, Kurt is missing in this episode, but we've replaced him with this moon. In Kurt's defense, though, it was my fault. I did let him know in advance that I may not be able to make it during normal hours, and unfortunately I couldn't. So I've had to do it at night. It is currently 10:50 p.m. for me here in Melbourne. So Kurt's at home, and I don't blame you, Kurt. And he did want to pop into the office, but I said, Kurt, don't stress. You relax, chill out with the family. It's on me. I need to get this covered. And he's upset that he's not here. So, Kurt, you're amazing. And we all love you at Cryptofy. You do an incredible job of everything you do, and your dedication to your work and to your craft and passion is second to none. You are number one, my man. Now let's get into it. Let's smash out these Tis Hitters. So, just the usual jargon disclaimer, we are not financial advisors. Everything we cover on our channels at Discord, Facebook, Twitter, it's not to be considered as investment advice, as we are not financial advisors. They're only our opinions and ideas. So, please, trade at your own risk and do as you please. Just the same old jargon once again, but we do need to cover it. So, let's go and check out the TIS hits, or the weekly hits, we should say. So, we had episode 40 on the 26th of the 4th, 2021. Token name was TRB. The entry was 128,000 sats. The current sat value is 154,200 sats with a 20.47% currently as we sit. The high since the entry is 184,000 sats and 600 of 44.22%, which is an insane trade. I mean, I love these sorts of trades. I love catching these and seeing the technicals actually kick in. And it's good that you guys are getting to see this. I mean, week after week, we try and do two sometimes, but we generally do at least one, right? There's always one TIS hitters a week, but most of the time you are getting two unless we really can't do it. Due to dedication in other components of our business of Cryptofy and trying to build out new tools for you guys, which there is quite a bit, and I sometimes have to hold back as to how much I share because I'm passionate and excited about what we do, and I this moon is also passionate about it. Once again, thank you to Johnny Cash for purchasing this for me. It's an incredible gift. It was hanged up on my door, but it did fall in the middle of the night, and I was like, what is going on? So 3M double-sided tape stuff with the Velcro not doing the job, and the ones that can handle the heaviest. So I don't know what's going on, but it is an amazing piece of art. Thank you again, Johnny. You're an absolute machine, mate. Let's get into the the actual starting capital that we have, the logs that we have here of the capital that started with $500 USD on the 15th of February 2021. Now, as you can see here, we have the episode, which we only started logging since the 26th. I'm sure if we go back, there's some really, these numbers would be ridiculous, which we probably should do. I mean, that would be really interesting, and just logging them just as we have right now. So, starting capital of $500 with episode number 26. The token name was bot. 50% of the high is 50% of the high that it hits. So if we go back here, you can see TRB with 44.22% on the sat value perspective. We have a 22.11%. Now keep in mind, right, we are only taking the sat value percentage perspective and 50% of that total high. The dollar value actually did about 52% or something like that, rather than 44.22. But you know what? You take the good with the bad. Sometimes it's a little bit lower, sometimes a little bit higher. We're just going to stick to it and run with this. So just so you guys know, it could be a higher number value. We're just doing it for your purposes as well here, keep you guys into, I guess, a rhythm of what's happening. Now, it's really good to see that all of these are green, and it shows consistency. It shows that, where we are looking at tokens and looking at charts from a perspective of a technical perspective and a technical eye to try and catch these trades. Now, keep in mind as well, we have all of these, and then we have on top of that trades that we bring into the community just as a general trade. So it could be a lot better than this, and I'm sure a lot of people do hit us up and say we're doing a lot better than what you're logging, so that's all right. So this last trade we started with $4,772 USD on episode 40. The trade was TRB. 50% of that high is 22.11%, which leaves us with $5,827 and 1,065.4% ROE. On a B2C balance, we started with 0.01. We are sitting at 0.09402 BTC, which is at 840% ROE. So, I'm glad we hit the big 1,000. That's number one gone. Now moving on to 2,000 and above. So hopefully we can keep this continuous trend happening. Let's move on to the trade that we have, the actual TIS trades for this episode. The TIS trade is RSR. CMC ranking at 94, USD price at 9 cents, sat value at 165 sats. The trade setup is an upward support channel on 4 hourly. We also have sitting on a potential breakout zone, may hold for support. And we have an ascending triangle formation as well. In the mix, there's a little bit, it's not 100%, but I'll go over it. 4 hourly MACD confirmed bullish and above zero line. Daily MACD crossing but not confirmed bullish, and it's above the zero line. So it hasn't confirmed yet, it's just sitting there above it. So, and there is some cool fundamentals as well, I'm pretty sure that I've seen coming out on this, so keep your eyes out for that. The 24-hour trading volume is 185 BTC. When I looked, it's currently at 193. When I first looked at this, probably about half an hour ago, I believe it was, I think it was a little bit lower. I think it was at about 160. So it's definitely building up, and there's something happening there. TIS pings, we have one short-term buy TIS ping. Let's go over this and check it out. Bring up the chart. Oh, excuse me, I've had too much fruit. So here we go. We got the data. Data looks quite amazing on RSR here. It's currently at 167 sats, only 2 sats above where we logged it, which is really good to see. Volume now up another BTC at 194. Price change 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Data across the board looks really good. Volume change 28.8% in the last 24 hours. And the buyers change is up 21%, with buyers actually looking really good for something with not crazy volume. So the buyers percentage or the weighted buyers pressure, right, is at 16.52%, which is a really cool number to see there. Let's bring up this chart and have a look at it on the 4 hourly. I really like this chart. I really do. So what we got here, I'll just zoom out for a second. There we go. So we got this long playing, I don't even know if it's there. No, it's from here. We got this nice long plane. We're going to use the bodies here and the wicks here and the bodies here because they match up so nicely. Now, without me even throwing any more data on this, let me pull this up here. Oh, it went too far. It went a little bit too far. We're going to use the wick and the wicks and the bodies there. All right, so without me doing it anymore, you guys can see an ascending triangle formation happening in here. Now, what we can see is we had resistance points here with pivot high, another few resistance points. It tried to break out, failed, came back down, and it's tested this actual trend line for the first time on this wick here, kicked out again, and fell back down to it and respected it, right? It respected that once again, 1, 2, 3 times within 4 hourly candles. Kicked out again and went above that resistance there. So let me just throw this here. I'm going to put that right on that wick. Broke out of it, fell back down, almost touched that same upward support channel, the trend channel. Kicked out again and then fell back down. And we had slight wicks underneath, but the bodies held and respected that line once again, which is really good to see. That's always a good sign. And you can see now we're testing again. So keep your eyes out for a potential breakout here. Because it could go, this could really take off. And where we're looking for is a potential breakout zone between here, and we'll use the bodies and the wicks of these ones. So we got the bodies here, and we have the wicks very close in the same range, and we'll use that as our marker. So keep an eye out for a push out of the ascending triangle, and then look for a breakout out of this zone. This could be a totally new territory for this token. It could really be a big move here because it's, since it's been listed, it's only been at, what's the high in sat value? high, 273 sats. So not far off it as it is. Now some people might say, well, it's already taken off quite a bit, Rev. Why are you guys looking at it? Well, we just got a TIS ping on it. So I'm keeping my eyes on it, and I like the setup. I really do like the setup. What can I say? If I like a setup, I'm just going to go with it. So for me, this is a potential trade. Hopefully it does make a move. It'll be really nice to see what happens in this 190 range, even at 193, 195, and then see what happens even on those weeks. See if there's a potential push out. And if we do push out of there, guys, this range is possible at 270. And then maybe we have a retest of somewhere that, this chart paints and we get some sort of support in here. We have a retest and then push out and then a potential breakout once again. That's what I'm looking at. But look, always run with an SL, because you could be also, if we lose this structure, which it doesn't look like we will, but if we do, probably about the one, maybe a little bit lower, 133, 130 sat range. Keep your eyes on that for RSR. There was another trade that did look good. I was going to make it as a watch trade, but I didn't really have a position to take that angle and take that trade in. I didn't really see anything that looked special or a position for us to look for an entry. Kind of like Dago. Dago in episode TIS episode, I think it was 34 or 35, or even earlier actually. We did make Dago a watch trade at 17,000 to 21,000 sats, and it was currently at 33,000 sats. And it fell down and went 17,100 sats and picked right back up in this last run. It went to 33 or 34,000 sats. So there was no metric for that particular trade. I might make it just a weekly trade and share it with the whole community. See how we go. I'll keep my eyes out on it and we'll go from there. So RSR, looking forward to this make a move. Might be interesting. Keep your eyes on that volume. Keep your eyes on this CryptoStat stats, or the CryptoStat stats, right? CryptoStat is an amazing tool, guys. I don't know how else to do it. You just gotta, and people say, do you have a guide? Do you have a guide to use CryptoStat? To be honest with you, there really isn't a guide. It's just how you use it yourself, how you utilize looking at this data yourself, and you make your own, move out of it. I didn't show the daily MACD crossing, so let me just show that really quickly. So we have the MACD crossing. It's above the zero line, which is a strong position to be in. And we can see on this daily candle, we're above. We're bullish, and we're above the zero line as well. Histogram turned bullish because we're above the line, right? But we haven't confirmed. We haven't closed that daily candle yet. Once we close this daily candle, if we sit above here, there is a big potential momentum for it to go if people are paying attention to that. Because it could be pretty powerful here. So just keep your eyes on that and keep your eyes. I think it's the first. Oh, that was above already. No, that was under. It was under. Oh, this one was. I don't know. That's a fair line to push. That's in the median. That's under. There's one above. Confirmation went sideways and then kicked out. Came back under, and it held really strongly on that. There's another one above, and you can see the next candle. We opened at 158, and that's when we hit the last pivot high at 193 because of that confirmation of that candle on the daily. So you can see how powerful it is. So we have this candle coming and crossing, and then we have this candle confirming above, and then we open that candle at 159, and the high was 193, and went as low as 150, and it closed at 181. So you can see how powerful it is to close and confirm a daily MACD in a bullish zone above the zero line. It's really, really powerful stuff. So guys, keep your eyes on that, and I'm glad I caught that. I didn't catch that there, and I got to show you guys that. So looking like a really cool trade. Hopefully we get another nice trade out of this. It'll be really good to catch another one and do some nice numbers. Just keep in mind, we've had one short-term buy, we had one short-term sell prior, and one short-term buy prior to that, all about in the same sort of range at 159, 153, 154. So in sat value wise. So right now at 168, looking really good. We're looking at it from sat value at 165. Keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully it's a good trade. I guess what else can I cover really quickly before I finish this? Oh, Cryptofy foresee. So foresee a spot bot for Cryptofy. I mean, a lot of people have been asking questions lately about it. It's doing a decent job of what it needs to do. Accumulating your dollar, Please keep in mind, this is dollar attributed and nothing else. If you have a set amount of dollars that you just want to be able to make, like, get working for you, because a dead dollar is just a dead dollar, you're going to end up spending on something. But if you have dead dollars sitting there that you want to get utilizing and make it work, Cryptofy Foresee could be that avenue for you. Look, nothing's guaranteed. Past results are not indicative of future results. It does range from here to there, but you can see really clearly here. I'll zoom into this. Cryptofy Foresee's win rate is at 80%. So for every 10 trades it takes, 8 of them potentially are winners. You can see the chart here and a compound ROI of 210.35% in the last 10 months. That's the forward testing that we've had since we launched on Stacked. So a pretty good return on investment in my eyes, because no one knows the future. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. And some people tried to come with the angle like, hey Rev, ETH's done about 600-700%. Cryptofy's only done 210%. I was better off holding ETH. Sure, but we didn't know that. There's no way of identifying what's happening in the future. Even though myself, Kurt, Cryptofy as a whole team, $85, $100, $150, 200 ETH, we were saying, guys, ETH, get ETH, get ETH. And we also had a target of $3,000 USD in April 2021, which Kurt has recently shared with you all. And I mean, we got pretty close at 2,800 USDT, $200 off, guys. That's less than 10% of the current price. I mean, that's something to be proud of, especially targeting a date as well. Really, really cool. So just remember, you never know the future. This is for people that have dollars, or they want to dedicate some dollars that they just don't care about, and they want to make a return on their investment. So 210%, I'm pretty happy with that. I truly believe we will get to the top tier in Stacked Invest of top bots. Please keep in mind, some bots like these here, they've been there for years, 2 years, 3 years of compounded ROI. We've been there for 10 months. The longer you keep compounding, the higher the compound becomes. It just becomes aggressive. Now, there's an example that I can show you of what I mean there, just really quickly, is if we go back here, because we are compounding our numbers, right? So we have 55% ROE, return on equity is a compounded rate. So we're saying we're going to take that 775, put it back into the next trade, and not take any profits at all. 792, and you can see how quickly it just stacks up. So it took a while for us to get to 173 and then 380. So you can see how long it's taken for it to really catch traction and then build up. If I go back here, you can see how long it's taken for it to catch traction and build up. Yeah, we had a loss in here. And don't forget, the losses hurt more once you start compounding, right? Your compounding rate also works in the decompounding rate, where if you make a loss, it hurts a little bit more. But you have more money than what you started, so you shouldn't be upset. So you can see the momentum really kicking, and this little trade in here, up here, will become here. Will take us to like 300+%. So all we need is a nice trade like this now to take us to 300, 350%. Another good trade, 500, 600%. So the compounded rate becomes accelerated really quickly. You can see 460, 494, 590, 757, 822, and now we're sitting at 1,065%. I'm really glad we hit that. It's awesome, and I'm proud of what we're doing here at Cryptofy, and I'm proud to share that with you all at Cryptofy as well. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this, and if you're interested in Cryptofy Foresee as a bot, it does cost $150 a month USD. Hit us up in any channel, give me a tag or even one of our mods, and I'll help you out. Specifically for the bot side of things, Albandy or Geo or Rack, any of them really will be there to help you. But yeah, check it out and give it a go if you are interested, and make sure you check this out as well. I mean, we had a much greater time with Foresee prior to this push of bull market, to be honest, because Foresee is very conservative, and it's what's the word? It's very it just doesn't care. It's like if the market's moving and I missed it. Too bad, so sad, because it's looking at the dollar perspective. And if the market, if it catches a race, it's like, cool as, I don't care. So it's really powerful, this thing. And I talk about it like it's my baby, because we worked so hard on getting this thing. We looked at so many different avenues and so many different aspects and technicals. Anyway, don't want to bore you with it, but yeah, if you are interested in Cryptofy Foresee, this spot bot which trades for you, you don't need to touch it once it's set up. Let us know, and we'll try and guide you with that. So cheers guys, I'll just move on to this last page here. Thank you so much for watching TIS Hitters episode 41. Look forward to a good trade and look forward to seeing you guys making some profits. Take it easy, catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care.